So I have Debra here. Debra is here today we're gonna do our pre-op for full facial rejuvenation, right?
That's right.
Okay, cool beans. All right, so Debra, I'm gonna kind of let you introduce yourself. How old are you?
I'm 58.
58. So let's start off with the most basic question. What are your dreams and aspirations? What do you hope for? Like, you probably have a picture in your head. Hit it, go for it.
Yeah. Well, I feel very young inside, and I would like my outside to represent that. I'm going forward in the second half of my life, so I'm looking forward to growing my business, starting new businesses, and traveling. And so I want to feel confident when I look in the mirror and go about life.
So let's kind of delve into that a little bit, okay? So do you have a ballpark idea when you say, hey, listen, I was chugging along, doing my thing, and then it was this point where I felt, oh, what was that picture like for you?
Yeah, well, I would say about 5 years ago, I started looking in the mirror and my neck started looking way older than I am. I feel I've had 10 years down the line. So okay. Then I started to realize, well, it's just a little bit everywhere. A little bit of lift everywhere would be nice. So I've been losing weight. I've been keeping my fitness up. So all these things, I want my face to match that.
Got it. So, I mean, just chatting with you, I've so far chatted with you in consultation. I'm chatting with you here. You know, you're a pretty peppy person, right? I mean, like, you got a lot of, you got some bam, you got some chipotle. So now you decided, like, hey, listen, I've got this, my idea, this is kind of what I'd like to have. So what was your next step? What did you do in terms of, how did you get from that step to sitting in this chair?
Well, I started doing research. I also...
Where did you research?
I researched online.
Okay.
First of all, just for fun, I started watching plastic surgeons before and after, right? So that was fun for a couple years. Then I financially got to a spot where it could be a reality. And then I watched a podcast. And on this podcast, can I talk about?
You can talk about anything you want. Yeah,
podcast,
go for it.
Sure, you're these two ladies I've been following for 10 years. I've been following them since they just had a cookbook. And then,
you can talk about them. So the girls are called, they have the podcast, I think it's called Trim Healthy Mama.
Correct.
Trim Healthy Mama is who she's referring to.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I happened to be really serious at that moment, but I was like, how do I get a good review? How do I know? You know, I don't know anybody who's had any kind of this service done. So I happened to watch a podcast, and boom, they talked about somebody in Houston. They're from Tennessee. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna look into this person because I live nearby. So I decided to do that, and I looked a lot at Dr. Athre's website, looked at a lot of his videos, and honestly, that helped me decide.
So you mentioned something very, very interesting, Debra. Okay, so why I shoot these videos, and you'll see as we go through the process, and there's kind of some common themes. Okay, so first of all, Debra can confirm there's no teleprompter here.
That's correct.
Right? I mean, we're just talking.
We're talking.
Right? We're talking. The last video, Barbara decided to join us, and she just walked in, and so it's going to be, you know, we're probably not going to edit it because our prior patient was like, hey, Barb, so, you know, I mean, this is pretty low and casual. Now, why do we do this? Okay, one of the things that you are doing right now, which you don't even see yourself doing, you are helping the next Debra. So in today's world, it is very difficult when you want information. The access to information is so much, you're almost drowned by the amount of information that comes at you. So then trying to parse through it, it's a lot of work, one.
True.
There are some of us surgeons, you know, we don't sit there like, you may have seen some of my content, but I'm not sitting there, I don't have billboards. I'm not sitting there, you know, emailing you 22,000 times. It's not me.
True.
Okay. So now patients find me and come to me. Okay. And the reason why is they're able to see real people's stories. Debra is a real human being. She's not AI. Okay. She's a real person, lives here in Texas. Okay. And so were the two gals from Tennessee. So is Suzanne, who you saw walking out. So is my other Suzanne and Mary. And so when you guys talk, it's actually, you're talking to 7.8 billion people, and you are basically able to share your story. And the next gal goes, wow, you know what? That's really like what I'm feeling right now. And it's just kind of, this is why we're doing this, because I can talk to people. I have no problem talking to people. What I say and what you're saying, it's kind of like the same thing as a picture is worth 1,000 words. What you say is 50 million times more important than what I say. So first of all, thank you for sharing. But secondarily, this is the functionality of this. This is why you're sharing. This is the purpose, so that the next Debra and the next Suzanne and the next Karen and the next Kim, they all get a chance to hear, see, feel, touch, and you're real for them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It's awesome.
Okay, so you mentioned something that the first thing that really kind of bugged you was your neck. That was your number one, like, hey, gots to do something.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to reach out on a limb. That is your dream move right there. So the first thing that you want to hit a home run on is your neck.
Yes, true.
Okay. What else bugs you?
Well, then I started looking, and I thought, this is kind of heavy here. So, you do this, and you're like, wow, how nice is that? I feel like I'm kind of sunken under my eyes. Those are the big things. These lip lines.
So you came in for consultation. I remember meeting you. So I'm going to share a little bit about me.
Okay.
Okay. So at the point where we met each other, you had met me for about a minute. I'd met you for about a minute. We say hello, our pleasantries, and then all of a sudden, you tell me what you want, which I appreciate. It's probably really hard talking to somebody you don't know about things that bug you. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I've got to come in and I'm going to give you some ideas. Right? And I'm like, okay, I don't know this woman from Jack and Jane on the street. I don't know her, but I'm going to go tell her what my thoughts are. And I told you, yeah, I see your neck, but in order to do that, this is my idea and this is my game plan. What did you feel at that moment? Were you offended? Were you, makes about sense? Or what was your thought process at that point?
Yeah, well, I would say my thought was it makes about sense.
Okay.
I'd done some research, plus I'm a designer type person, and you were looking to design my face to look the younger version of me, and I felt that in your thinking. You were looking at me, and when your suggestions came through, I thought that makes sense.
Okay. Are you nervous right now?
I'm nervous talking on the camera more than
Really? Okay.
That's more than anything else.
And how about surgery? Are you nervous about surgery?
A little bit, but I've heard a lot about it.
Because of all the other checks.
Yeah, absolutely.
They tell you.
Everybody I listened to, I felt like they didn't seem too nervous. They said it wasn't that bad, and
it helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it helps a lot.
It helps a lot
because I feel like everything they said was honest.
So we're gonna go do your pre-op today. I'm gonna give you a lot of information about things, what to expect, what to do, what to prepare for, all these things. Okay. We will kind of go through this process, and I'm gonna get other videos from you. As we go through the process. And I'm even going to take a video of you probably on day 1 or 2 after surgery with your hair looking kind of cray-cray. Okay. You've seen the videos.
I've seen them, yeah.
Yeah. And because I think it's important to share that and what you feel at that moment.
Okay.
And you will surprisingly, when I take your video at about 4 weeks or 5 weeks after surgery, you may have forgotten what it felt like at one day after surgery. It's like having a baby.
Right.
So therefore, this is why we grabbed that.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
And I always end my interview with one question.
Okay.
You are now talking to 7.8 billion people, live mic night, open mic. You have a chance to say whatever it is that you want to say. Okay? So at this point on the process, like this is a journey, you just kind of got on the train almost. What advice do you have to give to everybody?
I say you should go for it. If it's something that makes you feel good when you look in the mirror, and do your research, ask around, but for sure, just go for it. Awesome.
It's very interesting. And I'll ask you this question almost at every video. And 99% of patients, okay, because most of my patients are female, you guys are very positive, very pump it up type of thing. And they all say, the last 3 girls I've recorded have all said, you should do it. You should do it. Don't think. Go, take care of yourself. I mean, it's very interesting. Like you'll see the same thing over and over. And I find it's very, I don't know I'm searching for a word. It's very inspirational.
Okay, awesome.
That's the word. All right. So we'll say bye-bye to Debra now. Debra, when will we be doing your surgery?
On January 19th, I believe.
So we got about 3 weeks. give or take. So cool. So we will get you all prepped up. So I have Debra here. Debra is post-operative day number 1, post everything. We did everything on her. We did brow lift, upper blepharoplasty, fat transfer, deep plane face, deep plane neck, upper lip lift, lower lip lift. Did I miss anything? And a chemical peel.
Right. This too, I guess.
Yeah.
That was the fat. Okay.
Yeah. So we did it all on her. Okay. And we finished last night at 6 p.m. This morning she came in at 8 a.m. So that is literally 14 hours later. Talk us through it. I'm sure, just give us your story. I'm sure I remember asking you yesterday, there was a little bit of anxiety before we started. Talk us through the whole part from coming in, what you felt like, what did surgery feel like, what did last night feel like? Go through it.
Okay. There was a little anxiety, and it didn't happen until just right before, because I felt like I was really well prepared with what the doctor told me and from videos and people I had watched who spoke about their procedures. But yeah, so right at first, right when I walked in, I was a little bit, the nervous hit. But then everybody was, but it was Sarah, as sweet as ever, so she just made me feel comfortable. And then it was just a cool experience because you being under local, you observe everything that's going on. And so coming in, I had my sedation pills, right, I guess, medicine, and then got into the operating room and met all the nurses. And then Dr. Athre walked in and we got started. And I would say I felt comfortable the whole time. The only things were the occasional, when we have to use the needles for the numbing in certain areas. That was probably the worst part.
So this is what everybody wants to know.
Okay, good.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no pain, 10 being atrocious, horrific pain, how bad was it?
There's a 7 or 8.
In certain spots.
In certain spots. It didn't last long. And the cool thing is that then there was a break for the next time. Since I had so many things done, right? Probably someone had fewer things done.
What were the most spicy spots?
Ooh, the lips. The lips.
Yeah. At the very end.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you remember as being very spicy?
A couple other injections, but not all of them. And then even I've heard from other people talking about the peel, but that wasn't that spicy for me. With the fan, someone was fanning my face, and it was a slight burn. So to me, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure each person's different.
Every person is different. The lips, generally, when we do a lip lift, they are spicy. And I think also I do the lip lifts last. So by that time, you're kind of a little like, hey, I'm kind of tired. You know?
I'm done with this.
I'm done. And then, we do that. And then they're like, so like, for example, one of the things I find very interesting is that we actually numbed a lot of very tender areas. Like I did a supraorbital nerve block on you, which is one of the first things that I did on your brow lift. And you don't have recollection of that. Okay, like you're not saying that was very spicy. Like if I had to do that cold turkey on people with no sedation, they would definitely go, wow, that is really,
I agree.
That's pretty spicy. Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna give you, you have a little drippage there. I'm gonna give you just a little towel to dab.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go. You can just dab yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that partially this is secondary to the area, but it's also secondary to where in time it is.
That makes sense.
Like the things that you just remembered are the last 2 things we did.
That's
the
true.
peel and the thing. And this is one of the reasons why I think I really like to record this post-op day 1 interview, because as I said, you forget. I mean, you can see within 14 hours you've forgotten a lot of what you're feeling.
Right, for sure.
Okay, big questions people want to know. Number 1, how was the first night?
The first night, I felt like it was painful to like a 4 or 5.
Okay.
And then I would doze off and wake up. Then I felt pain, and it was time for pain medicine. And I did take it every 4 hours. I took 1. But I woke up this morning, and there was just a ton less pain. I know I slept like spurts of 2 or 3 hours at a time. And that was perfect to revive me for today. I got up just fine, very awake, and
good.
Yep, and less pain. So that was a beautiful thing. I didn't know how long the pain would last.
Overall, at this point, if you had to do it the same way over again, would you do it the same way?
Yes.
Okay. Next, any regrets? You've gotten to see yourself?
Yeah.
Any regrets?
No, I mean, I'm still a little swollen.
Yeah.
I see the work you've done. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a little freaky, but I've just seen everybody else go back to their normal self, but younger.
Yeah.
So I know that will happen.
So what was very interesting yesterday, so, we're doing the lip lift, I'm measuring it out, and I asked you a couple questions, and you had some anxiety about the lip lift.
I did, yes. That's probably the most.
You're like, oh my God, is it going to be too big? And I was like, at a certain point, you're like, can I watch you do it? And I was just like, no, you can't, because I can't deal with that stress.
Right.
So today you get to see your lip lift, okay? So you see probably a little bit of more increased definition than, and a little bit of swelling.
Right, as you said, would happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it look crazy?
No. So it's going to go down a little, then I'm going to be perfect. And yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Good,
thank you.
Next, I will end every interview with the same question.
Okay.
You have open mic night. You're talking to 7.5 billion people on Earth. What do you have to tell them? What's your words of wisdom?
Yeah, well, it was just a few days before I came to town to get this done. I realized that I was getting this done for me. I mean, when I look in the mirror every day, I just felt old. I didn't like the way I looked. I will have more peace, I think. I mean, I feel blessed in my life in many ways already, but I was able to do this financially, and it was good timing. And I'm just going to be so much more at peace seeing my younger self, which is with a face just kind of tighter. It really is just going to be for me, which is a cool realization. I know other people, I'll feel a little more confident.
I love it. I agree 100%. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you from this side of the camera, that's the perfect patient. We want patients, because when patients say, hey, for example, I'm doing this so that I can get it back on the dating circuit, or I'm doing this because blah, blah, blah. That's a really hard patient to satisfy. On the other hand, a patient that says, I am doing this for me because of the way I feel, which is 99.99999%. Like, we know that these patients, A, they're going to do very well. They're going to be very, I don't know what the word is. The psychological train that they're going to be on is going to be something that's very easy to manage. Okay, that's our best patient, which, lucky for us, I think we're pretty good at selecting our patients, and is almost all of our patients, which is really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. All right, so I really appreciate your candor. Okay. I think I've covered all the main questions that people normally have from patients. Can you think of anything that you were really dying to know when you saw these videos? Is there something else that we didn't cover that you'd really like to drop it like it's hot?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it was a little more painful than I thought it would be from hearing some people, but it was super manageable. I love the experience of how comfortable I felt with you and Cassie, and watching y'all work. I got to see how, I feel how experienced you are. I mean, I don't know much about the field, but I felt like you really knew your stuff, and that was just really cool. I mean, if I was under, I would just come out not knowing that. So that was kind of cool. I'll share that with people I talk to. So I'm gonna say two things about this. First, I'm gonna talk about you. You actually did very, very well in terms of, when I start surgery, there's a few injections that I know are spicy, and those are my litmus test injections to kind of figure out how a patient is going to deal with all of this. Okay. I know they have sedation, I know they have pain meds on board, I know all of these things, but so when I gave you those injections, you didn't even squirm. Okay. Wow,
so I was like, okay, today's going to be a pretty decent day. Okay, it's going to be pretty easy. So from my perspective, from a surgeon, you're an amazing patient. You did really well.
Cool.
Okay, so that's one. Two, what you just said about you get to feel the process, and that changed just a couple things, is a very important thing. I actually had another patient who wanted to, and she made a video about this, and she sent it to me because she had local, and the week that she had local, 2 days later, there was a patient who had to have general.
Okay.
And on Friday, which was post-op day 4 for the local patient, post-op day 2 for the general patient, the general patient was super puny. And so therefore, my local patient wanted to come in and tell her, hey, listen, buck up, you got this type of thing. Okay. Because, I mean, you can see our office is like a family. Okay?
Yeah,
everybody
totally.
just helps everybody else. So she said, and then she called me that weekend, my local patient called me that weekend and said, listen, I want to tell you something. And I was like, I was freaking out, there's something wrong or something. She's like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. She's like, I think that what it is that the process of being with you for 8 hours, that whole process, there's an immense amount of trust that is placed. She goes, if I had gone to sleep and just, you operate on me, I wake up, I see my face, I would have probably freaked out because of the fact that you're not used to seeing yourself that way. So there's a little gap. And she says, you may want to tell your patients about that little thing. I'd never thought about it.
Right.
And you're the second patient who said the same thing.
Right, that's a very good point.
So I think that that is an important thing. But again, I'm going to close with one very important thing. You know I do a lot of cases under local. This is kind of what I'm known for. This is my mojo. But when a patient comes to me, this is a two-way street. Okay, I'm assessing the patient, and I am also checking to see if I am comfortable doing this patient under local.
Okay.
So if I look at their medical history, or I'm looking at their psychological profile, I'm looking at all these things, and I'm going, this is a patient I'm not comfortable. I will tell that patient we're doing this under general. Okay. Because it doesn't make sense to bang square pegs into round holes.
Right. Like I think my sister, she might have to do that. I was going to ask you about that, but I could coach her through it.
No, I mean,
it's
I think one of these things. It's
I wonder if you would assess that. Right,
it's not you coaching. It's me and the gestalt that I feel.
Exactly.
As I said, like you do this long enough, you get this little
I wonder if
feeling.
you would assess her that way or not.
Yeah. But, so I'll probably have to talk to her and go, hey,
of course.
And then go, listen, this is what I think is going to be best for you.
Yeah, because she agrees not going under full anesthesia is a little bit healthier, and then.
I'm not even doing to say that.
You don't care about that.
No.
Well, she would prefer that, but I don't know if she could deal with some of the things.
Right. So it's just what I think is the best for that person.
Cool.
Like,
yeah.
If I get a chick who's got like serious panic attacks and anxiety disorder,
right,
it's not worth it.
Right. Are they honest when you ask them that?
Absolutely. Because I tell patients straight up, I was like, listen, I need 100% honesty so that I can help you. This is not about judgment. This is not me judging you. This is I want to do the best for you, and I don't want to go get started with surgery. Okay, and then all of a sudden you have an anxiety attack. Right. Okay, and then we're now going, what do we do now?
I can see.
Yeah. So that's why this is, in almost 20 years, I've never had a single patient that we've had to convert. Okay. Oh, good. So there's a big, thick, there's a picking process. So that's why, like, when you look at all these videos and everyone's like, oh, I did local, blah 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 blah. It's not that I just like. The picking process is pretty good. I mean,
because you did have a video recently with it, and so I was like, oh, I see some people prefer that.
And sometimes there's people whose case is so difficult that I go, listen, I really think you'd be better off doing general. Okay. And it's a talking point, and we decided together. So I think that you made some very valid points. So thank you for sharing, and we're going to follow up with Debra in a couple of days and see how her next couple of days are, but she's rocking and rolling. Awesome. Anything else you got to say? No. All right. So we've got Debra here. Debra is post-op day 1, 2, 3, 4. So talk us through. I think last time we got a little video of you as post-op day 1. So you've kind of gone through a couple of days at home. Talk us through the next couple of days after post-op day 1. What do you feel? How's your pain? What are you eating? This is what everybody wants to know. What's your life like?
The pain was occasional, mainly at night. It would get worse as I was sleeping. So then I would take the Tylenol 3. Right. Other than that, I would just do Tylenol, regular Tylenol. But it was great during the days. I would do the massage, and I would rinse my face with the vinegar and Aquaphor a lot, and that gave me a lot of relief. And there was coolness on my face, and so I felt like the days were very comfortable. Towards the night, sleeping was a little hard, but I would sleep 2 or 3 hours at a time. I would get up, and sometimes I would do an ice pack. But there always was a break of comfortableness. I was able to eat. My mouth was a little stiff, but I took smaller bites and could eat pretty much anything I wanted.
So what's your diet like now? Like, what are you eating?
Yeah, a protein drink, and I do a yogurt drink, and then I had some pasta last night.
So you had solid food. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Any huge problems other than looking kind of, when you look in the mirror, you probably scare yourself a little bit.
Right. No huge problems. Yes, it is alarming the first few days, right? You have that little bit of, oh my gosh. But I can see the tightness. It's just wonderful, the difference.
So for my viewers out there, so Debra is post-op day 4. I did not take a video of her yesterday. I was in the middle of surgery, but
Do you think it's so I'm going to ask you straight to your face, do you think it's kind of a fair, what I told you before, like post-op day 1, you look pretty decent. Midday through post-op day 2, probably a little bit through post-op day 3 is where you hit your maximum. And now you can kind of see that kind of going down a little bit. Is that an accurate time frame?
It is. It's very accurate, yes.
Yeah. So this is kind of, so we're seeing her today kind of at close to the top of the swelling cycle and starting that climb down for whenever we decide to put this video on. So today's actually Friday, and so she'll get a couple of days to chillax at home. So the next time we see her, you're going to see that there's probably about a 50 to 60% reduction in her swelling. Things we did today, I have taken out her quilting sutures. I have taken out her lip lift sutures. And the instructions I've given her so far, she's to continue with her vinegar and Aquaphor. And she's starting some massages, which I made you wince a little bit, and that's kind of par for the course because a lot of these muscles are super sore. All right, so tell us more about your experiences. I want to recap for you. She had told me, in case people are not watching the whole series, surgery wasn't too bad. She said the worst of it was about a 7 when she was getting her blocks. Correct me at any time if you're...
Okay.
Then she said the rest of it was pretty chill. Post-op day 1, she went home. She had a couple pain pills, came back, and she said not too bad. And then now we're seeing her post-op day 4. Is that a pretty correct, quick synopsis?
Yeah.
Okay, what else do you want to tell 7+ billion people on Earth watching?
Well, there are moments that are tough. Sleeping is hard. There's moments you're like, can I get through this? But very shortly after, you have lots of relief, for hours at a time. So I feel like, I wouldn't say it's a cakewalk, but I would say it's a process that's worth it. And overall, it's something you can get through.
So, am I allowed to take off my filter and talk about you in the third person?
Sure.
Okay. So, to all my viewers out there, I want you guys to recognize a few things. You've heard lots of different viewpoints, right? You have some patients that go, oh my God, it's so easy. Some patients go, it's a little harder. Some patients that go, it's hard, but I can get through it. So there's all these different things, and this is part of the reason that we put these videos out, so you can gauge yourself and figure out where you fall in that thing, because human beings come in all colors and flavors, right? Okay, so that's 1. 2, there are, as people are watching my videos, they'll see that different people look different on post-op day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and some of the questions for this are why, okay? So, first of all, again, human beings come in all different colors and flavors, that's number 1, but then there's a second part to this. So, if we look at Debra here, okay, and hopefully as we're putting this video together, you'll get to see the before pictures and all. Different patients require different amounts of work, okay? So when I looked at Debra, yes, I know we can achieve what we want to achieve, but the delta of what it takes to get from 0 to 100, I did more work in you. Okay, with your muscles, like you had a lot of laxity in the neck. Okay, so I really beat you up in the neck because I needed to do it in order to achieve the results that I want to achieve. Like if I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have this jaw neck region. Okay, number 1. Number 2, Debra is an out-of-town patient. Okay, and you're going to say, how does that affect things? It affects things because, number 1, there's a limit to Debra's ability to come back and forth to Houston, okay? So one of the things that I did in Debra's case is I did a deeper chemical peel at 1 shot, same shot, at the time of surgery. That also adds to her bruising and swelling, okay? Why did I do it? Well, from a health standpoint, Debra's super crazy healthy. Her skin is healthy, she's a non-smoker, she's doing all these things. I know what I'm going to get the results of the peel, I need to do it, and I can't just tell her, hey, listen, let's operate on you, you come back another week later, do another. She's got a job to do, she's got stuff to do. So these were all kind of decisions that were made by me as I'm doing the consultation process. So when we do this, so when we put all these people together on our channel, and people are getting to see, first of all, what I want them to see is people look different on post-op day 3 and 4. That's part one. It's dependent on the patient itself, some of their health problems, some of their health issues, all these things. That's part of it. And it also depends on the amount of work that requires. We just say deep neck lift, and that's a cover-all thing, but Debra's deep neck lift is very different than Mary's deep neck lift, than Jane's deep neck lift, than Melissa's deep neck lift. So depending on each patient, every patient gets a slightly different lift. Make sense?
It does.
So that's, I think, some very important take-home points. So as you guys are seeing her, you guys get this idea. But universally, probably almost every single one of our patients by about post-op day 10, I'm sure right now that seems like a million years away for you, but it's going to be right around the corner. She should be able to wear makeup and get out and about and look pretty normal. Okay? What else you got for me, Debra? Questions, advice that you want to give people? Thus far, you've kind of, I'll tell you where you are so I can give you your 40,000 feet perspective.
Okay.
You've gone through consultation. You've gone through pre-op. You've gone through the anxiety of sitting around hanging out between pre-op and surgery. You've gone through the huge anxiety of right before surgery, the tough part of going through surgery, the tough part of that first night, okay, not knowing, kind of black box, and then coming in, and then you finally kind of come to, and you're like, okay, I can deal with this. Then you've seen your face kind of blow up to Oompa Loompa, so it's kind of this up-down roller coaster, and you've kind of gone through the worst of it all. Now the slope of things is all on the slope of healing. So you've gone through the first tough zone. Now, that being said, what advice do you have to give to people? Because some of these little advice points, in a couple weeks, you're probably going to forget those experiences.
Well, be prepared to totally focus on yourself so that you can do the things the doc asks you to do, so that you can rest, so you can go through the mental stuff, maybe journal about what you're feeling.
Good point, I like that.
Luckily, I was able to come to Houston with my husband. It's just me, no kids to worry about, At my job, I could put on hold for a week, and that was all very helpful. And I think I did only need a week for this. And each day progressed a lot quicker than I thought. I feel like each day is a milestone. It's going to get easier. And so, but prepare for a week of ups and downs, but each day is a progression, and make the time for yourself.
I like that. Okay. I think those are very wise words. Some of the other things that I need to add onto this thing. So Debra's case was, in some ways, as I said, the surgical portion was difficult. Debra's social aspect of the case was very easy. Super supportive husband, no kids to worry about, able to kind of commute and do all these various things. So that portion was a simplicity. Some of our patients do not have that level of simplicity in their life. One of the things that I think, and this is, again, I get an opportunity when we do these interviews to teach a little bit. You can vouch for this, Debra. Our office is a family. Okay, we really this is what we do, and we kind of hover and just take control of the situation. And hence, if your situation socially is not that easy, one of the things I really need from my patients is 100% honesty. Just tell me, hey, listen, I got kids, I got this, I got that. We've got patients that have animals to take care of, all these various things. And we may not know how to help, but we can at least brainstorm and figure out what resources that we can do from our perspective to help in that process.
Okay. Well, and we add to that even though I had all this me time, I did laundry, I took care of my life, I even checked my email during this whole week, so you can do that too. There'll be moments where you'll have to take care of yourself intensely for an hour or two,
Because you guys are women.
Yeah. And sleeping is a little rough at first, but it gets better and better, so it's,
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks, Debra. We're gonna catch up with you at the beginning of next week. I think you're gonna see kind of a exponential change over the next couple of days. And then, so let me, as we chit chat here, I'm going to give you your time frame of things to expect. Okay, so see you next week. Sutures come out. Then your next major hurdle, not hurdle, you have done the hurdles, but milestone is going to be the 2-week point.
Okay.
Okay. 2-week point is when you go, wow, there's a little bit of I've crossed the Rubicon.
Right.
Okay. The next major kind of thing is about the 6-week point. Okay. So the 6-week point, because even after the 2-week point, things will feel kind of hard.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may not see it, but you'll feel it when you touch it. 6 weeks, things soften up. So, and then the next one is right around 3 months. So these are the next major milestones that you'll see in your journey. Okay. All right. We'll catch up with her in a couple days. Okay. Hold on. Just keep your eyes closed. Let me get all this off. Towards me just a little bit. All right, are you ready for the reveal? Mm-hmm. You ready? Mm-hmm. All right, go for it.
Wow. Oh my gosh, my neck. It's incredible. I think the lips are gonna be perfect because they're just slightly swollen right now, and then they're gonna be, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you.
Look at that jawline.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's what bugged me the most. I wear ponytails now, I think, because, I used to not wear my profile
Yeah.
to show.
And the brows and the eyes, the cheeks look amazing.
That's awesome. Wow.
All right, so here, let's do this. I'm gonna put you on pause for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start you up on your LED light. Okay, let's do that. Following the LED light, then what I'll do is I'll either get your interview or we'll do the hyperbaric oxygen. So today's things that we're gonna do is LED light, hyperbaric oxygen. I may give you some additional stuff. You look really good. I'm gonna balance that out and figure it out.
Okay.
So there's a couple things that are kind of up to, judgment call, but let's go through the process and get you kind of on Wolverine protocol for day 1.
Okay.
And then I'll give you a bunch of instructions on what to do for the next couple of days.
Okay, sounds good. Awesome.
Keep staring.
Okay, yeah,
I know you want to.
I do.
All right. All right, so we got Debra here exactly 7 days post-op. Okay, so 7 days, full face. All right, take it away, Debra. How do you feel?
I feel really good.
Yeah. So today, actually, for just for scale purposes, today's Monday. She's had the whole weekend to kind of chillax and do her stuff and kind of recover. I just took out all of her sutures, so no sutures left. What have you been up to? Give us pain level, all that kind of stuff. That's what everybody wants to know.
Right. Okay. Well, this weekend has been good. The massage, I was able to up that, and that was very helpful. It felt good to my face. I feel like every time I woke up, the swelling was a little less. I feel more like myself today, finally. Being able to wash and do my hair is huge. Oddly, yeah.
Small steps, right?
Small steps, yeah.
Small steps. Cool. Pain. Any pain?
I'm in very little pain now, except for when I touch. It
When
had
you do
been,
the massage? Yeah.
Right. Or if I just, doing my hair, I felt like certain parts were sensitive.
Right.
But I did not, past 2 mornings, I did not wake up with pain, which I had just from laying down. I think it intensifies things. So that was a great thing.
Okay. So Debra is an out-of-town patient, so I don't know if I will be able to have another opportunity to grab another video from her, like right here in the office, for quite a bit. We're going to kind of fast forward this video then to things that we would normally talk about down the road.
Okay.
Okay. So from my perspective, Debra, you've this is probably the first little instant or moment in time where you've crossed all the hurdles, right? Mm-hmm. So in terms of, sutures are out, all the sutures are out. You've already sloughed off your old skin from the peel. Mm-hmm. I just gave you instructions. You don't have to do Aquaphor anymore. I gave you some instructions so you can slowly start going back to regular food and exercise and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, how do you feel overall? What advice do you have to give? Because we ended every interview thus far with, you have open mic night, you get to say whatever you want. And now is the first time where you have kind of this 20/20 hindsight of the whole process. Mm-hmm. Hit it, take it away.
Overall, it's an adventure.
Good word. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of right now I finally can see for sure.
Right.
And I can't quit looking at my profile, so I'm just so glad that this is what I wanted. So fortunate I can do it. The adventure was slightly a survival adventure, I would say.
Okay.
But a survival you knew you were going to survive in, So I felt like each day, every day I saw progress and I felt a little better. But there'd be some uncomfortableness, some pain. I would manage it with pain pills or massage or getting up and refocusing on something, journaling, and but it's amazing. It's only been a week, so each day it went fast, but slow at the same time, and it's very doable. I'd say that it's just for me. If there was uncomfortableness, it would be 15-20 minutes, and I figured out how to manage that, and then I felt better for 2 or 3, 4 hours. So throughout the whole process, I felt like I could live my life actually and do what I needed to do. And so the uncomfortableness, looking back in hindsight, was 20% of that week, and 80% I felt very normal considering what I had done to my face.
Yeah, cool. If you have advice to give to somebody, okay, so let's say, I don't even recall when we had our first consultation, but let's say you're in that process of there's a chick out there, she's looking, searching, doing her process. What advice do you have to give to her?
Well, of course, you're going to be researching and asking around, so I did my fair share of that. Immerse yourself in that, because that makes you feel more prepared. Then there's things that surprise you, so be prepared for things that surprise you.
What was one thing that surprised you?
I think the overall vibe, because I think people look back and they say, this was hardly anything. And that is true, looking back. But only being a week out, there were moments of uncomfortableness. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, right? And then a little bit of the psychological is true. Like you mentioned this in your little book that you give us, that you're like, why did I do this? Those hit, but that passed quickly because I was positive my result was going to be great, which I feel like it is. So one thing I'd like to say is that I went in unsure about what was it going to be like in the operating room. And
it's a little bit of a black box for most people.
Okay. Yeah, and so one thing that I thought was positive was like, is it just the doctor and one nurse? Is it just the doctor? And I should have asked these questions beforehand, but I was very well taken care of. And so I wanted to tell people that. There's the doc and his nurse, his head nurse, that worked on me. And because I was under local anesthesia, I could tell they just were experts at what they were doing. But then there was a nurse who watched my vitals. That was her sole job. And you had a fourth nurse there just to fill in where needed. So you're very well taken care of in the operating room. It's something very professional, and I wanted to share that.
It's interesting. You're one of the first people who have brought that to the table. So I appreciate that. We don't talk enough about what goes on in the operating room, but yeah. So just from I'm going to give people some insight. So I'm the one who is operating. Then I have an assistant who helps me with passing instruments and holding retractors. Then there's a circulating nurse who gets stuff like when we need it. And then there's a vital sign nurse who's monitoring vitals and tells me like, hey, her blood pressure's this or her vitals are this and all that stuff. Yeah.
That was comforting.
Yeah, and for some other patients, depending on if they have deeper sedation or general, then the the vital sign nurse is replaced by the anesthesiologist. Okay. So that's one of those two people. All right. Any other things that you want to share about your experience that you think would help somebody? What do you think about from the perspective of, so your husband was your primary caretaker. He was here for the whole thing. Why don't you discuss that? How was it for him? Because we rarely get to know about the husbands in this process.
Right.
So how was that for him, and his preparation through the process? Yeah.
So I think, I'm a planner, so I planned ahead, tried to make it, found a great place to stay, make sure there was football to watch. He was doing this for me to come take this week off, so that he worked for being away. So he was great. I think. The good news is I pretty much could take care of myself. It was great to have him there. Firstly, the first few days, and he was very sweet and did things for me. I think it was easy for the caretaker. I luckily could take care of myself quite a bit. The funny thing was that like after the bandages came off, he just said something like, I said, you know, this is early stages. There's a lot of swelling. He goes, well, I'm just not gonna look for the first few days. So that was funny. But then I think he got used to it. So that's my biggest worry, was having to see your husband to see you in this, you know, kind of odd, very swollen, you know, 5 days ago look.
Yeah.
And how is that going to affect him in any way? And it comes to find out he can handle it, you know? Yeah, yeah.
So let me throw you under the bus for a couple of things, okay? Since now you have hindsight, okay? So one of the things that Debra did to me in the middle of the operating room is she wanted to have a mirror watching me do the lip lift, because that was probably one of the things that she was most anxious about. Do you remember this?
I do. Can I clarify?
You can.
Okay. So what I had meant to communicate was, can you just show me with your finger? I wasn't going to watch you the whole time.
I don't know about that, but you may.
No.
I'm just
okay.
teasing.
No, that's okay. But I understand how it came off that way, and I was like,
That's
oh, okay.
I was. So it was very interesting to me, because like there's a point in the case that I'm so like dialed in. I'm zoned in, and it's like, you know, I'm playing Super Bowl level football. Yeah. And she's like, can I see a mirror? And I was like, no, I can't do that right now, because you're just gonna make me nervous. Yeah. You're gonna throw me off my game. You know, it was
well, yeah,
you're like, okay.
Because you were honest, like, yeah.
But so 2020 hindsight, what do you think?
This is the coolest things I noticed was that you talk about Super Bowl level. I have to say, because it's so crazy. You're just there, and I'm talking to these people. I don't know if I'm supposed to conversate, but I was conversating, so it's nice. Helped take my mind off what was going on. But I could tell once we got to the deep face plane lift, you guys were concentrating so much. You were really concentrating, as you should be, but I got to observe that, and I could tell how much thinking and your skill was going into it, and it just felt like I could see what you're saying about the Super Bowl, zoned in, you know. And so when you told me, you know, I'm like, okay, I just wanted a little of this, but that's fine. You go, keep your mojo, you know. But I could tell the level of intensity and brain power to do what you had to do, and skill with your hands. But
right, and I think that this is, you know, another patient said something very interesting to me. She also made a very unique statement. She said, having gone through this experience, like being kind of half sedated, half awake, half all these things, she goes, you have a very cool appreciation of not only what happens, but she goes, I trust you so implicitly, because for 9 hours or however long it takes, I'm watching how dialed in. I mean, there's times when we're joking around, and then there's times there's pin drop silence. Yeah. And so I was like, you know, sometimes I don't, that whole aspect, you just do what you do. I just do what I do. And she was like, you know, so she had actually mentioned in her video something similar, and she says, this is one of the things that I would tell patients who are trying to judge between general and local, that I think this is a soft factor, that you really end up trusting your doctor so much more by doing it under local. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, as long as they can tolerate doing it under local. Right, I mean, there's bigger fish things, levels. Right, yeah. So you didn't answer the question.
Okay, tell me again.
Do you like your lips?
They're a
little swollen right now.
They're a little swollen right now. But you know, I'm looking back to the minute you showed me when I got off the table, and I'm like, okay, I like them. Yeah. So
that's one of the reasons why we do that, actually, so that you can see them before the swelling. Okay. Yeah, because then after a couple days you get the swelling, and it's kind of hard to see. Yeah,
but you were cool, because since I was under local, you could say, now, how much do you want? And you said you went down from 16 to 14 after talking to me. So I felt good about that.
Right, because I mean, there's a little bit of, you know, in case you were one of the rare human beings that says, I like a super voluptuous lip. And by the time we get to the operating room, we've just talked so much, and I know so much about you that I kind of know what you're gonna like, right? But, you know, that was almost like a gut check a little bit, like, hey, one more round. I have the opportunity, let's gut check that one more time. Yeah. Like, do you want crazy voluptuous, or do you like conservative? And you're like conservative. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's, you know, what I pegged her for.
So that's a blessing that it happened like that, I think.
Yeah, it works well. Anything else that you want to share? You have open mic night. This is probably one of the last moments we'll have live with you here. The rest of the meetings may be on Zoom and stuff like that. So anything else you want to share?
I don't think so, except that I'm glad I did it. There were moments of uncomfortableness that I didn't quite imagine, because I was just so glad I get to do what I want to do, but I'm just glad I did it 100%.
Good. So there's a few things I want to say. So if you allow me the opportunity, I'm going to say a few things. Number one, thank you for being my patient. Thank you for joining me or allowing me to join you on this journey. Okay, it was a lot of fun. As I do more and more and more of these, it's very interesting to me the part that I play in people's lives. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Just little things like I know your story, and one of the things that has been a recurrent theme in a lot of your videos, you've said this about 4 times, is you're so thankful for the opportunity to be able to do it, okay? You've mentioned this at your first video, you mentioned this almost every video, and I can understand and I can feel what it means to you. There's this sense of success, a sense of accomplishment, there's a sense of gratefulness, just that you're able to do so, which is, you know, to join patients through this journey, this very small portion of your life journey though, is really cool. Next, I want to thank you also for sharing, okay? I know you've watched many of the videos, and almost all of our patients now, you know, they cyber stalk the channel for, you know, and for everything, right? And it's really cool, and it's really, I'm very grateful that I have patients that are so open and forthcoming to be able to share their stories, okay? So many of my colleagues always ask me, how do you get patients to be so open and talk? I was like, I don't know, I just ask them and they share. Okay, I mean, I can't, there's no, like you can confirm, it's not like I gave you a script and say, we're gonna ask you these things. It's just very, you know, we just go where the conversation goes. Last but not least, I would not be able to do the things that I do without an entire support system behind me. So very frequently, like we'll put your story out there and, you know, I'm gonna get these comments like, Dr. Athre, she looks amazing. Dr. Athre, I'm coming to see you. And they forget the fact that Dr. Athre is the name behind all these people that walk behind me, and they don't get their little moment of sunshine. So whether it is Barbara, Cassie, Rosa, Sarah, Mandy, you know, all these people, they allow me to do this, right? They deal with my craziness, and you've seen them in the operating room, and then they deal with the patients post-operatively and all these things. So there's a lot of this team effect which allows me to be here today to be able to do this. So I wanted to give a shout out to them, and I'm trying to do this and remember in all my videos to give a little shout out because they rarely get the little moment of sunshine, right? Yeah. So last thing, any final comments? Anything that you want to say before I finish your interview off? Yeah, well, on the note, your last comment there, I can see, especially in the operating room, when it gets down and dirty, you are very respectful to all your nurse staff. You know what I'm saying? They respect you, you respect them, and you treat them. You're for real. You know, it could be that you put on a face and then you're barking orders. But not, it's cool, and that's what I respect. Well, and that's why you're easy to talk to. You're just kind of a normal guy, and you're fun and accepting. There's something about you that's very accepting. Maybe that's why people open up. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I never thought of it from that perspective. But all of us, you know, I have this kind of idea that all of us are given certain gifts. You know, I couldn't do what Cassie does, and I can't do what Sarah does, and maybe I don't have the patience for it and all these things. But you know, it really just takes the team to do it, right? And so they bring individual talents to the game. So it's kind of like, it's exactly like, you know, your husband's a great football fan, we've bonded over football. It's like playing football. You got wide receivers, you got quarterbacks, you got running backs, and you got the defensive line. And they all have a part to play. And when they play together, they win. Yeah. You know? And when they don't play together, they don't win. Right. And you have to be all in to play together. And exactly. So you make a good work environment, and you can tell that. Otherwise, it wouldn't. The team wouldn't work. Yeah, and I think this interview is apt since we've got Super Bowl coming up shortly. So it works great. All right. But Debra, thank you very much for your time. We will chit chat with you probably in a couple of weeks. We'll do that over Zoom, and I can't wait to see in a couple of weeks when all these little spot bruises are gone, with your makeup on and stuff. It's gonna look pretty awesome. Yeah. All right. I think so. 3 weeks out. What do you think? You happy? I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I like my lips too. Yes, you were so scared. I remember you. You wanted to see me do your lips while you were in the operating room. Well, kinda. I mean, Oh, come on. Say
Well,
it like
maybe
it is.
I was
Own
on
it.
drugs. I was on drugs.
Own it. Own it.
I was worried, so that's the bottom
You were.
line.
Everybody is. That's the
Yeah.
one thing. And you know what the funniest thing is? I did lips yesterday. Same reaction.
Really?
Okay? Same reaction. And the funniest thing also is to all the girls in the operating room. Here I am disassembling your face, deep plane, glands out, all of this. And the only part that they see at the very end is, oh my God, her lips look so awesome. And I'm like, do you see what I just did?
Right,
Okay.
right.
And all they care about, lips look awesome.
Thank you. Well, you know,
Okay, but I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Have the sutures on the inside dissolved?
Yes, I just feel a little bit of lines, but no sutures.
Okay.
I kind of
So before I stop the recording, you are 3 weeks out. You have more experience than you did last time when I interviewed you. 7.6 billion online watching this. What are you going to tell them?
Well, I'm going to tell them I'm very glad I did it. And there were times when I was worried, like my lips and then my chin was swollen, and now it's like it's my chin but tight and everything, so it's just wonderful. And I would say, looking back, it's not that bad. There are times when there was a little bit of pain, a little uncomfortable, but overall it was 100% worth it. And I even left my home, so mine was more of an ordeal. I had to live somewhere else.
Yeah,
for a week,
you were an away patient.
Right, so I had to add that to that with dogs and trying to manage a little work here and there on the computer. So
can you do me a favor? Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second. Can you come towards the camera a little bit more? Man, your lips look amazing, and the skin around your lips. Look at this. Hold on, I got to show something. Look at your skin.
wow.
You see those lines?
Right. Wow.
And the eyes, the eyelid
Yeah. I know. I'll show you with my glasses off.
skin. Hold on, I have to stop sharing in order to see it. Yeah, like your eyelid skin looks so smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And this, I don't even see a scar here. I mean, I've seen pictures. It didn't even get red, I don't think, under my nose.
So do me a favor, when you take your photos,
Uh-huh.
take the standard set and take some close-ups of that, because I want to see them. Okay?
So should there be no makeup on the, does it
You
matter?
can do it with and without. Give me
Okay.
2 sets. Give me with and without. But make
Okay.
sure your hair's in a ponytail.
Okay, I'll do it.